Good morning, everybody. So I'm very excited. So this is my new Road Glide CVO Steel Blue 2022 model. Now I'll not go much into the detail of the CVO asset because you'll have quite a lot of videos in YouTube which would give you the detail in terms of the paint and the color and the features and all those stuff what they have added. What I would be focusing today mostly is the accessories that I have added to this bike to make it personalized to my taste and my comfort. I'll go into the details of those. Most of the parts that I have added are standard Harley parts, which you would be able to see in the catalog of Harley. I'll probably list down the list down there and give you the details in terms of the part numbers and all those stuff. Apart from that, I'll tell you what I like, what I didn't like about the CVO. First thing first, let's get the elephant out of the room. Many people would ask, is this worth the money? To me, to a larger extent, yes, it is worth the money. There are small things that would annoy you because you have paid so much money and you would rather have it rather than pay extra for those stuff. Now I personally have done a couple of those modification or accessory additions which I believe should have been part of the standard CVO model, but nonetheless that's what it is and that's the take from Harley, so we have to live with it. The most important reason why I went with the CVO is, of course, I like the Road Glide, so I wouldn't go to any other model. That's beside the point from my angle. The speaker system, the RockFord speaker system is amazing, guys. Amazing means amazing. It's beyond I can tell you. I have ridden the non RockFord speaker bike. The music when you are in a speed of 100 110, it gets lost. You can only hear the tune, and if you know the music you could just sing along with it, but most part of it you can't enjoy the music. But with this one, I have driven at 140, which is my legal speed limit out here. For the most part I can hear and listen the music crystal clear. Anything above 140, I would say that you would find it a bit difficult to listen and to hear about it, but I think so for most part you should be fine with it, because normally you would be riding, particularly countries, most of the country would be between 120 kilometers to 140 kilometers. So for that bandwidth of speed, I guess the speaker system is amazing. Personally, I feel that it's to my taste, and that's the main reason I have gone for CVO. Of course, people would say I could have gone to a normal Road Glide and upgraded it, but then there are small things that is there in CVO which if I would have done, I would have ended up pretty much the same price. So that's why I went with the CVO. So now let's directly dive into the parts. Now I know the bike is a bit dusty because I just came from riding, so it's a bit dusty, so just forgive me for that. So the first addition that I have done, it's this bit, which is luggage rack, which is again a Harley product, so you can see it in the catalog of theirs. So this is an addition which I want to have it in case I want to wrap a luggage around it. So that's the first addition. Now the second addition, which I think should have been a standard part of CVO, is this saddlebag guard, because if you have given a front guard, leg guard to protect, I think so saddlebag guard should be a default addition from Harley, but unfortunately they haven't provided it. So that's something which I have added. This is your standard leg guard which they have given as part of the product, as part of the bike itself, and on top of it I've added the highway peg, which is, I guess, is an important part, because if you are going for a long ride, this gives you that comfort. Now in addition to all the guards that I have put, I have added this specific guard. I'll leave the link and the name in the description below. This is nothing but it protects your bike. If it falls, all the weight of the bike stays in here, down here, and that would help you to protect your paint and even the guards. So on the other side, so it comes in a pair of 4, both the sides. So these are those guards, crash guard, I guess they say, and beneath this there's this protection also that comes part of the product. Now in addition to that, I have removed the default windshield that comes, the small one. I think it's 1-inch windshield. I have put Clockworks 9-inch windshield that helps me for the wind buffeting. The Clockwork benefit of it is it's 9-inch. The effect of it, the standard size is 9-inch, but the effect of it, it gives you the effect of 12-inch because of the curves that you see. I'm not sure whether in the video it is visible or not, but the curves that you have here push the air up and it gives you a 12-inch effect. So, and it goes with the aesthetics of the bike very well. So the black, it fits perfectly the bluish blackish color that you see in my CVO. The next addition that I have done, or next modification that I've done, is this custom dynamic light. This is a turn signal. It's a chaser kind of a light. So once you put the indicator, it goes from left to right, a chaser format. So that light gives you a nice aesthetic and nice visual in the night. I have also ordered a similar one for the saddlebag that I have to install, but just in the saddlebag. It's a very sleek design, unlike the Harley one, which is thicker in pattern. It is just a thin design that you have seen in the front now. It's close to that thinness that just goes around the saddlebag and gives the same effect from a light prospect for that. So the next modification is the passenger and the rider backrest. Now this is where the CVO part, I don't like it, because CVO seat is designed in a way that none of the Harley standard product would fit in for the rider's backrest. The passenger is the standard one which you get from Harley, so that fits in with the bolts and the saddlebag, so this is not a problem. This have a specific design which is curved in nature, so you need to have some support that is curved in nature for it to preclude out, so that this backrest can go. There's only one company, third-party company, which provides that, and that's what it is. And the quality is not that good. It's okay. I have to have a passenger's backrest, a rider's backrest, sorry, because I ride a bit long. So personally, I wanted to have something immediately rather than changing the seat. So this is something which I liked. I don't have a choice but to have it. But this is the part wherein I believe CVO should have been in a better position to provide Harley product, so that at least I can fit normal standard product of Harley, but unfortunately they don't do that. Now the next part of the Harley is the CVO boom entertainment system. Now why I say CVO boom entertainment system is because all other boom entertainment system that comes, which is a non-CVO model, there is a skipper that you can add, and you can fool the system that you're having a headphone so that your CarPlay gets connected. But unfortunately for the CVO model specifically, the skipper doesn't get connected because the plug point of that doesn't fit the CVO model. I don't know why Harley have specifically gone and done that, which is again an annoying part, because as I said, you have paid so much, you would at least have, if you're making standard product, at least make it standard. Having a different plug doesn't add any value. So unfortunately I can't do much in here. So my CarPlay doesn't get connected if I'm not wearing a helmet or a boom audio connected helmet, so CarPlay won't work. The other part of it, but I don't think so that's specific to Harley CVO, is the boom Senna and Harley system that they give. It has an annoying part, which is if you are connected to three riders via Bluetooth mechanism, the CarPlay would stop. It would not work. The CarPlay will not work. So if you get down to 2 people, yourself included, so basically you and one more person, the CarPlay would work with the helmet connected to the system. So this is something which I don't know why that is the case. I don't know whether it's a CVO specific issue or it's a general issue, but that's something annoys you, because end of the day, again, it's just a system fix that Harley could have done, and probably we can have a better riding experience. Now 2 more additions that I have done, which I believe should have been part of the standard CVO delivery from Harley, is the rider cooler. So this is a fan that deflects the hot air rising up towards the rider to the ground. So this gets activated automatically when you're riding slow, or when you come in a still stop. This fan automatically kicks on, and the heat or the hot air just goes down instead of coming up towards the rider. So this is an addition for the comfort, because I ride in a hotter climate. So I believe this is a must-have, and I have been riding it for now almost 3,000 kilometers, and believe me, you can feel the difference on this. So I think so this should have been a standard addition from the Harley CVO production line. These are anyway Harley own part, so it is not a third-party part that gets manufactured. So it comes as a standard Harley part, and again I'll leave the description of the part and part number below, so that if in case you want to buy or anything, you can have them. The other one is the cooler, which is the oil cooler that gets fixed just behind this fan. So that is again an automatic one based on the heat and everything. The oil cooler gets activated because there's a fan just behind this cooler system. So it helps to cool the oil that goes, engine oil that goes around it, and it helps to cool it down. And they say it increases the the engine performance and everything. I don't know how much of that is true, but since I love my bike and I wanted to have it to the best of its experience, so I have added that. Again, this is something which should have been part of the standard CVO lineup, as in from the factory fitting itself, rather than me going and buying those things. So these are the 2-3 items which I believe should have been there. Unfortunately, it's not there, so I have to pay, let's say, $1,500 extra to add those basic ones. Those fan and the oil cooler are there in the limited model, Harley Limited, but not on the CVO. I don't know why, because it's a CVO. I would presume it should have been there, but it's not there, so I have added them. The last addition that I'm going to do in this bike is the Screaming Eagle suspension. So I'll remove the stock suspension and put the reserve oil Screaming Eagle suspension. It's there in my garage. Probably today or tomorrow I would fit it. I guess you would like this video. I've given all the additions that I have done and all the pluses, not the plus more, about the minuses that one would expect not to be there in the CVO. So I've given hopefully a couple of them which I believe should have been improvised. But other than that, if somebody were to ask, did you like the CVO, do you like the feel of it, do you like the ride and the experience that comes along with the ride, I would 100% say yes, apart from these minute things. Now I have to close the video or finish the video with a thanks to everybody who's watching, because my cameraman is getting agitated because it's hot out here and he's saying cut the video as short as possible. So with this note, I would say thank you for watching this video. I hope it helps the general people who wants to upgrade to a CVO or want to think of buying a CVO. They would have some insight in terms of what needs to be done further to the taste of individual to get the CVO for your own taste and riding experience. I haven't seen any of this kind of a video in YouTube. That's why I wanted to make this one, rather than the color, the design, the engine and all those stuff. I hope you guys would like it. So thank you for watching. Goodbye for now. Hi guys, this is what I was earlier referring. I got my Screaming Eagle Ohlins suspension. So this is what I would give it to Harley Davidson to fix it in my bike. Take my suspension, factory fitted suspension out and fit this one. So let's unbox it quickly and then we'll move to the dealership to see how it looks in the bike.